Joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show, as well as getting ready for Monday Night Football on many of these Westwood One stations, is the quarterback of the 3-0 Seattle Seahawks, Geno Smith. How you doing, Geno?
I'm doing great, Rich. Thanks for having me on.
You are doing great. That is correct. What's the feeling like in the building right now, Geno?
Yeah, we all feel like we need to get better. I think that's where we feel. We got 3 games; those are in the past. There's a lot that we can get better at. I feel like obviously, whenever you start out 3-0, everyone's going to be excited. But we're looking at the process over the results and feeling like, man, there's a lot that we can improve on. And so we're just focusing on, taking the preparation of this week and really owning it, and then just going out there and executing and being great.
But what about this process do you think that's led to 3-0, Geno?
Man, I think we got just some of the best people. When you talk about coaching, you talk about our front office, you talk about the players we have on this team. I mean, the medical staff, you talk about strength staff, even the nutritionists. I think we just got the best people, and I think it's all just coming together right now. I think we're, again, a long ways out from where we want to be, but, so far so good.
So nutrition, that's where it's good eats. You seems like you've been having good eats so far,
Good eats, man. Hey, it keeps us young, keeps us healthy, and just everything that we do has got to be in a form of excellence. And so we want to continue to seek that.
How has it been? What's the difference between your current coaching staff and the Pete Carroll way that you've been a part of ever since you've been with Seattle?
Yeah, a lot less shoot-offs. We with Coach Carroll, man, we would always compete like in the meetings and stuff like that every day. But Coach McDonald's straightforward. When we come into the meeting room, he's got his slides up there. He's going through bullet points. Really walking us through the week and just how we want to prepare, the type of team we're facing, what it's going to take to win. And then, you just talk about the schemes, obviously different. You got, OC, who's coming from the college ranks, who's done a lot of great things and is now establishing himself on this level. You got Mike Macdonald, who's been, just a great defensive mind, now becoming a head coach and really evolving as the days goes by. You can see him getting more and more comfortable. And so, I think, just all around, I think everyone's doing a great job.
Geno Smith here in advance of Monday Night Football. I'm curious again. I asked this of Jared Goff in advance of the game, so obviously it's for both of you. Two quarterbacks that he was drafted first overall. Obviously, you waited longer than you wanted to in Radio City all those years ago, but you had to find the right spot before you could show off your talents. And I know this isn't your table, if you will, but Bryce Young, first overall pick in the draft, getting benched after 18 games. How did that hit you when you heard that news, Geno?
I'm pretty close with Coach Canales over there, and obviously I know that he has great respect for Bryce, and I know that he thinks very highly of him in his skill set. I just think sometimes these things happen, and as a young player, we're so competitive. You want to be out there. You want to play every single snap. But for Bryce, man, like taking a step back might not be the worst thing for him. Having an opportunity to, learn and grow from a different vantage point where the spotlight's not always on him, and everything he does is not being scrutinized may actually help him. Obviously every single person, it's a case by case situation, and so I'm not in his shoes. I can't tell you what he's feeling. But I can say that I've been in that position, and I just wanted to work harder. I wanted to, be better. I didn't mope about it. I didn't feel sorry for myself. I just continued to work and believe in myself and know that if another opportunity came or when that opportunity came, I'd be ready for it. And so I think Bryce has got to take that same mindset. Like I said, he's got a great skill set, former Heisman winner, done a lot of great things at Alabama. He's got it. He just got to, once he gets his opportunity again, go out there and make the most of it.
How long did it take? And again, I asked the same question to Jared. How long did it take for you to see the field in a way that you now, as a veteran, know you need to see it to be successful in the NFL?
Yeah, I think that's an ongoing process, Rich. I think, if you ask Brady, if you ask Breeze, Peyton, they'll all say the older they got, the easier it became, the more they got to see the field just with more and more repetition. And so, for me to feel good about myself, really in my second year, I feel like I kind of hit my stride, and then obviously I wasn't able to, start because of injury in my third year. But I thought that was going to be a really good breakout season for me, and it just didn't happen. But as the years have gone on, my processes continue to get better. Being able to read defenses and just lead the offense. Those are things that I continue to work on to this day, and so those are things are going to always be an ongoing process. But I feel like my second year, I kind of hit my stride.
What do you mean you still work on it? I mean, what are you talking about there, Geno?
Yeah, it's you're always just growing, man. In this game, you never got it. In the minute you think you got it, that's when they get you. So just trying to get better at every single thing. The process, the game slows down for you. In my 12th year, I feel like the game is moving at a super slow speed, but I still want to continue to speed up that process, and so I work at it every day.
Do you still feel like 12 years in that you're doubted because it took so long for you to show what you can do, that you didn't get it right away, right? Like you didn't,
right.
you didn't have it all work together for you right away. So therefore you must be less than. Do you you're dealing with that, Geno?
There may be a perception out there. Yeah, there may be a notion or, some preconceived notions out there about me. But again, it's everyone's different. It's a case by case thing with quarterbacks and really all the players in this league. And so for me, the best part about it is that I got to do it, later in my career. I think that's the beautiful part of my story is that at 33, going into 34, I'm still getting better and, still moving fast out there, still able to run the ball and do all the things I did as a young guy, but just with a lot more wisdom.
Yeah, like some of those fine wines up there in the state of Washington. Pretty much.
Yeah, some of those, Opus ones, the good ones,
That's right. Uncorking some vintage Geno, And so where do you think this team can go? I mean, 3-0 is a great starting point. It's a great launching point. You take a look at the rest of the division, you have a 2-game lead on that, on those teams. Where do you think you guys can go with this, Geno?
I think we got the team to win it all, honestly. I think that's something that we've got to be striving for. I know that's the feeling around the building. Again, the outsiders, they never matter to us, but inside this building, we feel like we got the guys to go and take that Lombardi trophy. And so it's about our efforts and not our words. It's about what we do on a daily basis. Like I said, that process that we're going through right now. Practice today, right? Be the best self you can be today, and then let the rest handle itself.
And how is the offense a little bit different? You mentioned Ryan Grubb coming from state of Washington as well, like right there from University of. How has he been able to come in and the two of you work together so far?
It's been a seamless process, man. I think Coach Grubb, again, like the things that he's done on the college level has been outstanding. I don't think Washington was thought of as a national title contender, but they made it happen, and a big part of that was their offense and the quarterback and those receivers. And I think with Coach Grubb, he understands, how to manipulate defenses. He knows what he wants to get to. He's very, very detailed. He studies the crap out of it. We come up with game plans together, and then he allows us to go out there and be playmakers. That's the best part about it is he allows the players to be themselves. We do what works for us, and we don't try to copy other teams or steal plays. We just do the things that we're good at, and I think that helps us out.
And then it just seems like the league wants to keep sending you to Detroit every year.
Yeah, like every year we got to talk to somebody about that.
Right, but it, your offense goes on tilt when you walk in that building, right? I mean, like you really had some really good games there. And so what do you see on film that you think you might be able to exploit again that you're willing to shoot?
I mean, they're such an aggressive defense, Rich. They play the Dan Campbell style of football, man. They want to, stop the run early, get you in some backed up situations so that, their pass rush can come alive. And for us, we've got to be efficient on first and second down. We got to, make sure that we're not shooting ourselves in the foot with penalties and self-inflicted wounds. So we just got to go out there and play a clean game. For me, just, using my eyes, making sure that I'm processing the right things and getting the ball out on time and in rhythm. And as long as we do those things, our offense, works really smoothly.
I love the word processing because that is such a key, right? I mean, it kind of dovetails back to what we just talked about young players and being able to process and having the ability to see it, process it, and then quickly execute it. Again, I know you see you're working on. I don't know how you work on stuff like that, other than go through it. Is that really, like that?
Practice, man. Like every day
Right.
at practice, you can work on that. And so, like having a plan, truly having a plan when you walk to the line of scrimmage, right? You know the play call, right? But what is the defense doing? Is this a play that is tailored to beat this defense? And if not, what is my answer? And that's something that quarterbacks have to develop. You got to be in a system long enough. You got to play ball long enough to just understand like the little nuances that it takes to go out there and be successful.
Yeah, and you send my best to DK, will you please? No, and tell him, screw it. I'll go here with this one, Geno. Before I let you go, tell him, to spend some time in the locker room before the game, so he doesn't have to hop on a cart during the game to take care of business and scare the crap out of everybody.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I remember that.
You remember that moment, where
I remember that moment. Yeah,
he had an emergency
right before half. Yeah,
during
right
the game,
half.
and he hopped on a cart. Like, that scared the hell out of me. You know what I mean?
Good thing I didn't see him get on that cart, because I'd have fell to my knees if I'd seen that one.
He is just such a beast. Oh, what is it like throwing to him? Is he vocal, also saying, "Give me the football"? Is he a vocal guy, or is he using hand signals with you? Because I know he can do that too. Communicate that way.
Yeah, it's a feel thing with those guys, man. You be around these guys long enough, I can kind of feel their energy, and I know, when he hasn't gotten enough touches, and he doesn't take it out on me, but he'll take it out on the DB on a run play. He'll go, and that's when you see him getting in those skirmishes where he's just blocking the guy all the way downfield. So, good thing for us, man. We got a lot of great players, and DK is such an unselfish player. He understands that, his role is to go out there and make plays, but sometimes he has to, take a double team so another guy can get open. And so DK's been great. He's off to a great start, and we look forward to continuing that.
Yeah, I guess. So take on number 2 before the game is basically what I'm saying. When you're talking about a double team, that's what I'm saying. Just play him. Let's just not do that again. Certainly, since this is what Detroit is, history with him right there. So send my best to him. Thank you for your time, Geno Smith. And it's great to watch you ball out. Really is.
Thanks, Rich. Thanks for having me. I appreciate you, man.
You got it. That's Geno Smith, the quarterback of the 3-0 Seattle Seahawks, in advance of taking on the Detroit Lions on Monday Night Football.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku Channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.